Hi, everyone. My name is Ashton, otherwise known as the Outspoken Oracle, and welcome to my channel. Just a quick housekeeping note. Please note that readings are for entertainment purposes only. Please view me as your bestie that's giving you advice. Sometimes you take or leave the advice that's given to you, so just kind of view it that way. Yeah. Before we get started, I do want to go over two song syncs that I received. I was listening to Spotify DJ and I had two songs come on back to back that were about a person leaving. And I was like, oh, that's weird. I'm like, somebody is saying goodbye to their parents and their lifestyle and their family dynamic right now. That was kind of the message that I got. The first song that came on was Wide Open Spaces by the Chicks. And the lyrics for that are, she needs wide open spaces, room to make her big mistakes. She needs new faces. She knows her highest stakes. And one specific line in that song that really stood out to me is, if these are life's lessons, she'll take this test. And so for that song, the energy that I'm getting is that the overall resonance of the reading that I'm about to do is just about like somebody that is knowing that they have to be released from the dynamic that they are used to. It's time for them to learn who they are, to embrace life as their own independent individual, for them to learn how to do life on their own and to learn the lessons that come along with life without the protection or the shelter from their parents. And that, it feels to me like somebody's leaving their hometown. Somebody's moving away from the hometown, or they're moving away from where they're at. They're starting fresh because they need new energy in their life. They need to especially do away with the energy of their family dynamic. The song that came on after that was Second Chance by Shinedown. And this one was a little bit more, it had a bit more of an intense message. So the lyrics that stood out to me from that were, I just saw Haley's comment. She waved, said, why you always running in place? Even the man in the moon disappeared somewhere in the stratosphere. Tell my mother, tell my father, I've done the best I can to make them realize this is my life. I hope they understand. I'm not angry. I'm just saying sometimes goodbye is a second chance. Not a song I would typically listen to. I did go ahead and look up the music video for this, and in the music video for this, the main character girl, she is kind of like living a small town life, and the family dynamic's not healthy. Her parents are fighting, whatever, and she kind of escapes into her own little world with dancing. And she shows her mom like this flyer for like a dancing school, and her mom started yelling at her and showing her all these bills and being like, this is what's going on in our life, we have to take care of this, that, whatever, like reiterating the family dynamic, the unhealthy family dynamic. And she's just like, screw it, and she packs her bag and she leaves. And so with that, again, about the person needing to get away from the dynamic that they're in, this one's a little bit more intense. And I'm just getting the energy that this person has the person that is resonating with that song, that is also, this reading is also for, and this might just be for everybody, they have always seen how unhealthy their family dynamic is. They've always seen the ways in which they were raised and how it wasn't a good environment, and it suddenly is clicking in their head like, this has to stop. I have to choose my own way. I have to do my own life. Like, I understand that this is how I behaved in the past by me going along with the family dynamic, but I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to leave regardless of what you say. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to choose my own way. So, and I'm getting the energy that whoever is resonating more with the second song, the Shinedown song, like they're leaving and their parents are not very happy at all. I'm getting tingles all over my body while I'm talking about this. So I really do think that the majority of this message I'm about to do involves somebody that is leaving under duress within their family dynamic, and it feels very emotional, honestly. It's like, yeah, the family dynamic just wasn't very healthy, and they're having to choose themselves for the first time in their life. And it's like, I'm getting like, this is an adult child. This is an adult child that's leaving their family dynamic, that's telling their parents, like, I'm not gonna be who you want me to be. Like, why would I be who you want me to be? Like, you guys are unhealthy. You are unhealthy. And I want to have a healthy lifestyle. I want to choose my life, and I want to be healthy in my life choices. And I can't do that if I continue with the status quo of what our family does. And so that's the energy that I'm getting right now. And so I'm going to go ahead and do this reading based off of that energy. So I just want to start off by saying that whoever you are that is going through this dynamic of leaving your family, like, I believe in you. I am proud of you. Like, it is important that you choose life for yourself, that you choose yourself first and foremost. A lot of times people say that, like, you have to, like, respect your parents and you have to be obedient with your parents. Like, yes, you can respect your parents, but also respecting yourself. Sometimes respecting your parents means respecting yourself first and foremost, and that might actually help them to change their dynamic into something more healthy. And in terms of obedience, divine obedience means honoring yourself and being authentic within yourself. And if being in an unhealthy environment does not lead to you being the most authentic version of yourself, does not mean you're honoring God because you're not honoring yourself, then you need to leave. Because first and foremost, you need to honor God over your family, over your parents, over that dynamic. So anyhow, I'm going to get started with this reading. Angels, guides, ancestors, please assist me with this reading. Please help to give me insight into the questions I seek answers to. Protect me from any negative entities that might try to interfere on this reading or give me false information. Please speak truth and honesty to me through the cards. Give me insight of the highest good for everyone involved. And as always, thanks for showing up for me each and every day. Love you so much. You are my favorite. All right, Spirit. Give me some insight into these song syncs that I got. What is the message do you have for this person that's, like, leaving behind their unhealthy family dynamic? This person that is trying to find their footing in the world as an adult child, trying to do what's best for them and choosing to step away from the unhealthy family dynamics that they are used to. Spirit, what is the message you have for this person? What's the message that you have based on these song synchronicities that I got, Spirit? What is the message you have for... Oops, sorry about that. What's the message you have? I am hearing, like, my guides are saying, like, they are so proud of you. Again, like, they are so proud of you. Yeah. Yep. That seems about right. That seems about right. Uh-huh. Oh, wow. These cards are, like, on point. Yeah. Okay. So to start off with the Eight of Pipes, or as this one is labeled, smoke signals, in reverse, I am getting this energy like, okay, you've seen enough and you are not going along this trajectory anymore. Like, you've seen enough to know that this is not the trajectory, this is not the energy you want to continue down. Like, you know exactly where this leads. You've seen the signs, the signals. Like, you can't keep on moving in this direction. You can't keep on taking action towards the things that you know, like, how things are going to end. You've seen enough. You know exactly what it is. You're not going to... I'm getting that there's somebody in your family dynamic that's like plays the victim and causes people to always, like, come back and be pulled back into the fold because they're like, well, if you do this, then da-da-da-da-da. Or, like, people, like, other, like, your siblings or, like, your other parent or something is like, well, you come on, you have to do this, that, whatever. Like, you know, if you don't, then this is going to happen. Like, and you're like, I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. I'm not going to give in to this anymore. Yeah, this 10 of pipes in reverse, mockery. It's like you are done carrying this burden that revolves around your family dynamic. You are putting it down. You see how silly you've looked this entire time by just going along with the status quo. It's like you played along because you were trying to keep the peace the entire time, but like, and keeping the peace in the family, like your peace was disrupted. So if you weren't at peace, then how are you keeping the peace when you're the most important equation in your life? Like you can't play along with a game to keep the peace when somebody still is not feeling peaceful. And if you're not feeling peaceful, then you need to get out of that dynamic. And if other people want to stay in that dynamic and they're not peaceful, then that's on them to change their behavior. But you have finally realized, like, I look like an idiot for putting in this work. I'm done looking like an idiot for being in this dynamic, for choosing to adhere to these games that my family has. Maiden of Shields. Yeah. You are slowly but surely learning, like, what happens if you stay down this road. You're learning a new path to go down. You are learning what's healthy for you. You're learning what's healthy for your future. You're learning that you need to put down the burden of your past. You need to put down the burden of your family and choose to start fresh. This Maiden of Shields is somebody that's like, I don't know what's out there. I don't know what's going to happen if I choose this, but I have to choose me. Wow, I'm feeling really, really emotional. Whoever this is for, like, I feel you, and I know that you're having a hard time. Like, it's not like it's easy to say no to your family. It's not easy to say goodbye to your family, but you know that you have to choose yourself. Oh my God, I feel like I'm about to start crying. With this Two of Shields in reverse, the Kachina Juggler, it's like you're done trying to hold everything together and juggle your desires and what you know what your life should be with this toxicity that you have experienced within your family dynamic. Like, you're done. You have to put something down if you're going to move forward, because it's hard to walk if you're juggling things in your hand. You can't move forward. Like, it's hard to move forward and backwards unless you're a professional. And even that, like, it takes a lot of practice, but you're tired. Like, your arms are going to get tired eventually. And so you're like, I got to put down these shields. I can't juggle them anymore. I can't do this. Like, I have to make a choice. And you are making the choice to choose yourself. And again, like, I'm so proud of you. Yeah, with this Sundance card, you have had enough time to pause and look around, to have a new perspective about what is going on in your family dynamic. You see things more clear than you have ever seen them before, and you can't unsee what you've seen. You can't take back this knowledge that you've gained by taking a time. It's like you did a trial run with kind of stepping away and not really communicating as much as you typically would have. And now, like, you have realized, like, a lot of your problems are coming from, you know, the unhealthy family dynamic you have, but also, like, the unhealthy, like, thought processes that you have adhered to for yourself based on your family dynamic. And it's not even things that your parents instilled in you, but it's things that you somehow came up with on your own from your childhood, because you thought that that was appropriate and you thought that that was what was good. Like, you are getting a much broader and more complete perspective of things in your life, and you're like, yeah, no, I can't do this anymore. I got the Two of Vessels in reverse, the Union card. This is showing that some people are not on the same page. You are no longer on the same page. You are no longer in sync with their family dynamic. Like, you are no longer a unified, like, you are no longer a unified family unit anymore. Like, you are okay with being the black sheep. You were okay with being the odd man out. You were okay with not being understood. You were okay with not participating in this dynamic because you see how it's not good for you, how you can't juggle what you know is right and the way that the dynamic is. This four of pipes here, you're choosing to honor yourself. You are choosing to move forward in your life, to be at peace, to have a happy home, to do things differently in your life, have a happy family, one that doesn't have the toxicity that you're used to, one in which you don't have to adhere to rules that have never made sense to you, but you went along with it because, again, you were keeping the peace. You're choosing yourself. You're choosing your own happiness. And you're recognizing, oh my goodness, I'm an adult. I can run my house how I see fit. I don't have to follow along with these traditions that my family has had when these traditions have never worked for me. You are choosing yourself. You're choosing to honor yourself. This card says honor on the bottom of it. You're choosing to honor yourself because you know that if you continue to participate in the family dynamic that you come from, if you choose to have a family for yourself, then it's going to continue to be an unhealthy family dynamic. And the energy that I'm getting is that this is somebody that has always been on the fence about having a family. Oh my God, I'm feeling very emotional. This is somebody that's always been on the fence about having a family. And you've been on the fence about having a family because you've seen how unhealthy things were in your family. But now you're realizing, you're like, I've always wanted my own family. Oh my goodness, why am I crying? You're like, I've always wanted my own family, but I was afraid that I would cause damage to my family the way that I felt like I was damaged by my own family. And you didn't want to do that. You're choosing to have a family worth celebrating. You're choosing to honor yourself. And when you choose to honor yourself, then you can't help but to honor your partner and honor your family dynamic that you are going to build on your own. Like, with this Warrior of Blades, it's taken you a while to move away from this dynamic. Like the Warrior of Blades upright, they move really fast. They're very decisive, and they're like, let me do what I need to do. It's like I'm feeling this indecision of you choosing your own path. You're looking back like, can I really leave this behind? Because you don't want to mess things up. You don't want to mess things up unless you're absolutely sure that this is what you should do. But like now you made that decision that you need to choose yourself, that you need to honor yourself. This is a lot of pipes energy, so it's a lot of action, a lot of decision making and inspiration. So I've got the 7 of Pipes in reverse, or counting coup. It's you are being overtaken mentally by your desires to honor yourself. Like you can no longer deny your desires to honor yourself in this lifetime. You, like, again, with this Sundance card, it's like your perspective has changed, and now you know, like, you have to choose yourself. You have to honor yourself. You're overwhelmed. Before, you were holding back on this knowledge, of this information, of like, you know, like you were actively choosing to ignore the reality of the situation, and you no longer can, and you're being overwhelmed by this desire to live a life where you honor yourself, and you know, you've awakened to the reality of the situation. You're no longer feeling the illusions of your family, and you're choosing yourself, which is amazing. What's not working, I've got this 4 of Vessels. It says pregnancy here. It's like this was the place that you grew. And so you're holding on to the growth that you experience from this perspective. But you know that if you're going to be birthed, it's going to be in a completely different dynamic. It's like you're in the process of birthing yourself into this new version of yourself. And you're you up until this point, and even now to this point, you're having a hard time like doing the step out and just like committing to it. You know you're gonna do it, but it's like there's this sense of procrastination there, this sense of not being ready, the sense of not being fully cooked to do it. But I'm hearing this person's coming out early. This baby's coming early. Like you gotta move. No more procrastinating on this. Like you've got this whole life ahead of you. Like you've lived the first half of your life like dealing with this dynamic that wasn't healthy. And now you've got this wealth of information about what's coming next. And you're having a hard time making these moves, but you know you need to. Yeah. Two of Blades, Travois. Yeah, you're at a crossroads. You're at a crossroads with this. And that's like the pause. You don't want to have to choose, but you know you have to choose. And knowing you have to choose, you're procrastinating on that because you're like, I have this in front of me and it's worked so far. Like, I don't know if I'm ready to be birthed into this new version of my life. Ooh. This Chief of Shields. This is the equivalent of the Emperor. Actually, no, just kidding. Why did I feel that? This is not. This is the equivalent of the King of Pentacles. Why was I thinking that? It's weird that I was seeing that. So I think that there's something there. The Chief of Shields. Your stability relies on you making moves. You will not feel stable in your life until you make the moves to move forward. You've already made the choice. Now it's about taking action towards those choices so you can be stable. But like me picking up on the Emperor energy, it's like the Emperor makes decisions that are best for themselves and everybody else. And sometimes that means doing things that other people don't agree with. And so you're going to make actions that are going to lead to your stability and your abundance. And people are not going to agree with that. And that's something that you have to be okay with. I just saw 2222 on the clock. So that might be something for somebody. With this Warrior of Pipes, like you are very passionate about this decision that you've made to choose yourself. You have a renewed sense of passion for yourself. Like you feel inspired about yourself and about your future. It's like you feel like you can really take on the world because you're choosing yourself. Yeah. The Six of Blades journey. Like you are about to embark on a new adventure. However, with the Six of Blades, it's not like it's all smooth sailing. Like you exiting the harbor, it's going to be a little bit choppy until you get out further out along the way, but you're going to a new place. Some of you guys are like, again, because you know the song's wide open spaces, and sometimes goodbye is a second chance. With this journey card, it is like giving me the energy that like some of you guys are moving, and some of you guys might have already moved, but you haven't emotionally moved away from the dynamic. So there's a lot of like a feeling of physical movement, but also this here is just like emotionally and mentally, mostly mentally, because the thing of it is your family dynamic is a mindset, right? So mentally moving away from this family dynamic mindset. That's what I'm getting a lot of, the energy surrounding this. But you're passionate about the idea of doing this because you know that it's what's best for you. You're no longer allowing anything but your intuition leads you in regards to your family dynamic. Like you know what you know and you can't unsee it, and you're like, I need to go, and your intuition is going to be pushing you to do that regardless. I got the One of Pipes in reversed. It's crazy because what's working for you also is like, you know that you have to make these moves, but it's like as long as nothing is pushing me and inspiring me to make the moves, I don't have to. So you're again still in the stuck energy of the Two of Blades, where you're like you're at a crossroads. But the thing of it is like the inspiration is just the thought. That's your intuition. And I'm going to tell you that if you don't do something, then there's something that's bad that's going to happen. Like God's going to, now that you know what you need to do, God's going to make it happen either with you or without you. I mean, you've still got your free will, but like, again, when God has shown you something, if you choose to still rely on your own understanding and lean on yourself, then God will make life so uncomfortable for you that you have no choice but to move. And it's like you're waiting for something bad to happen for you to move. My suggestion is for you to just like clean slate, cut ties, and move on. Not saying you have to completely stop talking to your family, but you have to assert yourself and assert what you want for yourself moving forward, and just say like either you love me and you respect me or you don't. That's it. Like I'm choosing myself. I hope that you can choose me too, but also in the process of choosing me, like you respect me and my decision making in regards to this. Because with this World card here, Spirit's telling me like this is the end of the cycle. You have actively gotten to the point where you have enough clarity where you are going to end this cycle, which is amazing. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. Like your family dynamic, when you have your own family, it's not going to be like this. I hate these emotions and I don't hate them, but like it's making me emotional. Like I understand why this is difficult. It's too many, Spirit. Like this is the end of the cycle. You're not going to be dealing with this in your own family. Like this is you ending whatever the dynamic is between your family. This is a generational curse that you have broken. That is on you. You've done that. You've done amazing work. You've broken this generational curse. You've learned this lesson for yourself. And it's going to assist you and everybody that comes after you and your family moving forward because you've broken this generational curse. This Matriarch of Pipes in reverse. Oof. I am getting this energy though. And I feel like the negative family dynamic is coming from a motherly figure. With this Matriarch of Pipes in reverse, it's giving me this energy of a motherly figure that like acts like she's the star of the show, but she actually is kind of a tyrant. Like people are not naturally drawn to her energy, but it's like she steals the energy dynamic from the family and makes people fall in line to what it is that she wants. She tries to be a star. Maybe outside of the family, people see her as a star, but inside the family, she's kind of just, she ain't got it, you know? It's like, it's your mom. It's your mom that is the problem in your family. But the thing of it is, it's like, your mom's kind of like, I mean, and I'm not a psychiatrist, but for some of you guys, there is a mental instability with your mother figure. And that's all I'm going to say. Or like the primary caretaker in your family. And you probably are kind of aware of that. And if that's the case, then it's like you recognize like, why is the person that is mentally unstable making choices for what my family does? And that is a very good question. Something to consider, you know? The Fool. It's time for you to take a leap of faith. You are between this World card and the Fool card. The World card is the end of the cycle. The Fool is the beginning of something new. You are ending this cycle to start something new because you're choosing yourself. You're choosing your new family. You're choosing to honor yourself. And this is just a very amazing and delicious and beautiful energy that I'm picking up on. And I'm just really proud of you. I'm really excited for you. I think I'm not going to pull any more tarot cards in regards to this because I feel like that kind of gives a full picture. We don't really need anything else. But I am going to pull a spirit animal oracle card and just kind of end the reading with that, Spirit. Give me a spirit animal oracle card, please, so that I can end this reading with just a little bit of encouragement. Spirit animal oracle card for whoever this reading resonates with, Spirit. Brown bear spirit, take time out. Let me find this. Number 9. So that might be significant to somebody, the number 9. The message is, there is a time to act and a time to focus your attention on patient strategizing. The arrival of the brown bear spirit signals that you are best served by forging hard work towards your goals at this moment, and instead of taking the time out to meditate. I think I read that all wrong. Sorry about that. Or just take a nap so you can refresh yourself and begin planning what you want to co-create next. Come to know the lay of the land as you contemplate and imagine what you might do in this vast space of possibility before you, and begin forming a plan. Remember, sleep allows for dreaming and rest allows for clear-headed strategizing. How might you become the person you wish to be and experience whatever your heart desires? Insights will arise as you explore the possibilities and begin envisioning your plan. Knowing what you want will ensure you use your energy wisely in the days ahead. Be patient at this time, relax and be calm and peaceful so you can recharge. The call for action will come later. Protection message. When you become so frazzled that you can't decide how to move forward, Brown Bear Spirit arrives to remind you to let go of your impatience and getting to the answers and solving the problems that face you. Now is a time for rest and meditation. Take a break, let insights arise, and know that you have plenty of time to make plans. Brown Bear Spirit reminds you that sometimes the best and most effective action is non-action, allowing the situation around you to reveal itself so that you can better understand it. Remember that what is yours will never be withheld from you, so you really can relax and wait until the next right action is revealed. Miracles come from out of nowhere, and yours will arrive in Great Spirit's timetable. So, yeah, you can take some time to meditate on your actions and your plans. I am then also going along with the tarot cards, reiterating the fact that you need to not procrastinate. If you need to take a break, because you can't just jump out of, a moving vehicle. And sometimes if the family dynamic doesn't feel safe, it feels like a moving vehicle. But if you are going to take time, it needs to be a time for strategizing and not a time for procrastination. Okay? So if you need to take time before you fully disconnect, make a plan, strategize your exit, strategize everything, but use this time wisely. Don't just take this time of rest as a time of procrastination, because that's not what it's calling for. It's calling for strategizing. So if you need to take a rest break, take it, but strategize during that time. Have insights come to you, things of that nature. Because, leaving a family dynamic can be difficult. And leaving your family dynamic doesn't necessarily mean like cutting off like ties with your family and ending communication. It's just choosing not to behave the way that your family does anymore, choosing not to give into that dynamic anymore, and choosing yourself over the status quo of the family. Yeah, so that's what I have for you this evening. If this reading resonated with you, or if you just like my style of reading, I would very much appreciate it if you decided to like this video, share this video, and especially if you decided to subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it if you stuck around. I would like to see you around for more of my readings in the future. Yeah. Please never forget just how divine you are.